Hi everyone, my name is Ray and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to attract what it is that you want, whether it be a person, an experience, an object, by minimizing its importance to you. So, stay tuned. So, what do we mean minimizing its importance? I mean, it's something that we want to manifest, right? So if we want to manifest that thing, it's probably very, very important for us. But there is a balance point of effortlessness when we want to bring something into our life. For example, have you ever seen a dog chasing a car? Have you ever seen what happens when the dog actually reaches the car or the car stops in a light? The dog doesn't really know what to do. Same thing with a dog chasing a cat. So same thing happens with us. We think that we want something and we don't really know what to do when we actually get it. We don't understand if it's going to make us happy, and if it's going to make us happy, will it last more than just a couple of weeks before we start taking it for granted, for example. Now, the balance point is a balance that means I want you, but I'm not dependent on you. I prefer to have you in some way in my life, but it doesn't mean that I'm attached to the end result. For example, if I'm a guy and I really, really dig a girl and I'm chasing after her and I'm texting her and I'm pursuing her in every way possible, that's too much, right? Because there's an expectation there. And the only way to actually fail something is to have an expectation of what it is that we want. Now, when we are not trusting, that is the time that things become very, very important for us. And when they become very important for us, they become a mental filter for us. A mental filter, it means that I'm thinking about this thing so much that I no longer am in my center. It bothers me so much that I'm unable or incapable of communication or do other things, because it's sort of like something that is running around in my head over and over and over again. An example of a mental filter is somebody said something bad at you at work, somebody cut you in line and you're only thinking about this person, why they did that, how you want vengeance and stuff like that. So when we are not trusting, and that's the reason why we think something is very, very vitally important for us, when we're not trusting, we cannot expect the universe to bring us the vibration or the frequency, the experience, the circumstance, the person or the object that we actually crave. The reason for this is that we're actually saying we're fighting with reality. We are resisting reality. We're resisting reality. It actually means that we're not accepting things as they are. That's why we put a higher importance on different things. For example, something that happened to me in 2017 and 2018, most of you probably know that I teach these pranic initiations, and they are very eccentric. They're very extreme type of workshops that we do. And in 2017, 2018, I had a limiting belief that I want my workshops to grow. I want more participants. I want to do it in more countries. I want higher committed and disciplined people to come and stuff like that. Now, I wanted it so much that the number of participants never moved. In other words, it always remained around 30. Doesn't matter which country it was, doesn't matter. Now, why was that? Because the lesson that I didn't learn was to let go. And there was an underlying belief that I am probably incapable of teaching more than that. Now, when I found that and I decreased the importance, in other words, I told myself, the new belief that I have to insert into my belief system was that it doesn't matter how many participants are going to come to the event. I'm going to make it anyway. I'm going to enjoy it if it's 5, 10, or 50. Now, you have to run over your limiting belief and understand that it's not that important. Now, the person that woke me up to this was my wife, because I was going to have a workshop in Omega Center in upstate New York, and there were only 12 or 13 people who signed up. And I told her, look, I'm going to cancel. And she said, no, you're going to do it anyway, and you're going to enjoy it. People who want to learn from you, you have to, even if you're losing, even if for the flights and the expenses and the helpers and everything else, you have to go and do it anyway. And in that moment in time, the importance factor and the ego factor of wanting more and wanting more recognition and wanting to be known and wanting to teach more people and influence more people, that decreased immediately. And that is the point in time where I had 50 and 55 participants come to several workshops. Like immediately, you could see the connection. Now, think about what it is that you want most of the time. Most people, they want a better relationship, they want more abundance and more money. Think about why it's so important for you, and think about if you can actually let it go. Let it go, decrease its importance. Think that everything is fine as it is, and just when everything is fine as it is, poof, it's going to happen by itself. Do you know that you know how it feels like when there's a word that you want to say, that you want to express yourself, but you don't remember that particular word. And then you're hanging on to wanting to know that word because you know it exists and you know that you want to say it right now in a conversation and in your monologue or whatever. And only when you let go of the expectation, decrease its importance, then you actually remember the word. But you don't think about it. You forget about wanting it, and then it comes. So the same thing happens in relationships, right? Especially when we are chasing other people, then we want them quite a lot, and then we're chasing after them, we're thinking about them, they're important. We can already imagine that we're going to marry them and have a good time and fall in love, but they don't want us back because we want it too badly. Well, when we let it go, then it comes. So any idea and thought and solution, when we decrease its importance for us, when we let go, I remember this episode in Married with Children, when it was with Al Bundy and Kelly Bundy, and I remember that Kelly was rolling, they were in a casino, and she was rolling the dice or something, and she always got what she wanted. And then Al came to her and said, "How do you do that?" She said, I just let my head go blank. And this is exactly it. You have to forget about what it is that you really want. You've already done everything that you can. You have the intention, you have the belief, you have the acceptance that you can get it. You have the clarity of mind of what it is that you really want. You have the emotional understanding, the passion, the love, you can say the excitement of wanting to get that thing or how you're going to feel in the end. Now you've already did everything within your power, okay? If you were an archer, I would tell you that you've already set everything that you could, you aimed, you let go of the arrow, and now let go of the expectation to receive it. Decrease the importance of the things that you really, really want in your life. Stay focused on what you have right in front of you. The daily chores, the daily tasks, everything that you are doing. Grow your roots into the daily experience. Be much more in the present, and those things that you really, really want will naturally, vibrationally be attracted to you. So my friends, thank you very much for watching me. As always, my name is Ray. If you like this video, like it, share it, and if you want more of my stuff, it's on raymaor.com. Namaste, and I wish you I bid you good luck in everything that you want to manifest in this life. I love you all, and I will see you in my next video.